Hi everybody, welcome back to Coach's Corner presented by Huddle. This week we are out at SHG and we are with one of the defensive line coaches, Dan Schafer, and Coach, a coach, not a player here, just to make sure we get that right, a 2008 graduate, but to make sure people don't underestimate you and what your coaching staff has done this season. The defensive line, which was maybe considered to be one of the weak points coming into the season, has been one of the strengths, and you guys are responsible for that. Talk to me about what it is you guys have done this year to work with them to get them to a point where they've been one of the backbones of this team.
We always stress technique. We drill technique over and over in the summer, lots of drills, and we just pound them. And these guys, they've done a great job, and they're one of the best lines. I've only been here 3 years, but they're probably the best line that I've seen. A lot of tough guys.
You'll need them to be good this weekend because you guys have a second-round playoff game with Troy Triad, and that's a team that's thrown the ball all of 21 times this season. So the defensive line is going to have to stop the run.
Yes.
And you talk about technique. Today we're going to break down some of the techniques that you guys use to stop the run game, and then we're going to look at game film and see how that technique actually works when you employ it into a game then.
Yes.
All right, Coach, so the first thing that we're going to look at is a reach block technique, and you guys have some practice film here. Show us a little bit about what you teach the players in practice about reach blocking.
So this is a drill we were doing last summer, and right here you can see this offensive tackle attacking our defensive end's outside shoulder. So they know to react to the offensive lineman. We know the play is going outside, and as a defensive end we have outside contained, so we have to seal off the edge. You see here, and then as a defensive tackle, if you see your offensive guard pulling outside, follow the ball. So if you see your man pull outside, we tell him come flat down the line. You're going to be making a play. So Pete, he comes a little bit upfield. He could have been a little bit flatter. And what you don't want to do, what our defensive end did here, because he was still pretty young, is he gave ground on the reach block. At the very least, we want to come flat down the line of scrimmage, or even better, gain ground.
All right, then here's an example of that technique in a game, Dan.
Okay, this is Breeze Mater Day, and we have Connor Bland here as our defensive end. And right here, he sees, again, just like the drill, offensive tackle. He's come to the outside, attacking the edge, so we're thinking play to the outside, so he has to honor that. And he keeps contained here, seals off the edge, and then when he sees where the ball is, he makes a break. And I didn't circle our defensive tackle until a little bit later, but if you can see Connor Peters right in here, his man pulled to the outside, and he did just like we said in that drill. He came flat, and you'll see he makes the tackle here. Just like we tell him, if you see your man pull to the outside, come flat because you're going to be there to clean it up. And right here, he's making the play. He tackles right at the line of scrimmage, and he does a great job there.
So that's one technique, Coach. The next technique we're going to talk about is what the defensive end does when the tackle is blocking down on a run play.
Yes, so as a defensive end, if you get a down block, our main job as a defensive lineman, we don't get a whole lot of glory. So what our job is to do is, keep the linebackers free and let them make the tackles. So when we get a down block, and Charlie Brown here does a great job of doing it, first thing we do is we get hands on them, try to shove them off, keep them, redirect them, make it hard to get up on those linebackers. So right here, we see the offensive tackle release. He gets hands on them, shoves him down, try to redirect his path, and then once you do that, as a lineman, you get hit every single play. So if he doesn't hit you, somebody else will. So look inside for a guy coming to block you, and that's what he does. He comes flat down the line, and he wrong arms it, and he plugs up the hole right where the running back is supposed to be hitting. Okay, so this right offensive tackle, he down blocks on our defensive end. So Connor here, he doesn't get his hands on him and doesn't redirect him like he should have. He could do a little bit of a better job of doing that. But what he does a great job of coming inside here. He closes and he wrong arms the fullback in this case. It's a fullback coming to kick out the defensive end, and he closes up the gap here, and we make a play at the line of scrimmage. So see it again here. He comes flat. wrong arms and closes up the gap and takes away the play. There's nowhere to run on that one. So great job up front.
All right, and that game will be Saturday at 3 o'clock here at Memorial Stadium against Troy Triad. And considering how good they've been, how effective they've been at running the ball this year, you guys know that you'll have to be on your toes coming Saturday.
Yes, can't take them lightly, and obviously we have to honor the run, so got to be physical up front. There are some big guys, and a lot of the guys, I mean, we're not a real big line, so we got to give them respect, and we just got to take care of business up front and do what we've been doing all year and just get after it.
Sacred Heart Griffin defensive line coach Dan Schafer. This has been Coach's Corner presented by Huddle.